y'all. Welcome back to another episode of More Than the Title. You know what it is. I'm your host, as usual, Jarrett, Chief Revenue Officer at Outside the Box Digital, founder and host of More Than the Title. And I'm just happy to be here, y'all. Man, we got a great episode. We're celebrating Women's History Month. I've got my sis here. And before we give sis the proper introduction, I just want to, first of all, thankful and grateful as we always do, right? Thank you for all the love, y'all, across every platform, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitch. Twitch is giving us love. I was surprised about that. The youngins like us. Shout out to Twitch. Shout out to everybody. But thank you for all the messages, the opportunities. Like, I really appreciate y'all. Really, what I want to talk about is just the journey before I even introduce sis. And that's the monologue today. I know. And I want to keep sis here because I know she would appreciate this. But like at the end of the day, and I was thinking about, I just put up a post yesterday about me when I was working in BBQs and stuff like that. Something like ribs. I say this shit on the show all the time, right? And then it just made me really reflect. Like, one thing I learned in life and entrepreneurship, success isn't about what you build, it's about who you become in the process. And I've done so much shit. And since I know you feel like when you look back at the journey, like it's just crazy. And one thing I just want to tell everybody, bet on yourself, trust your gut. Could have had the easy plug when I was 20. Could have been in the board ad. I probably been comfortable. I wouldn't have been taking risks. I was hustling in the streets and started making minimum wage. Fell into sales, fell into tech, fell in love with the process of sales, fell in love with building relationships. Went on LinkedIn. Nobody was thinking about LinkedIn. You're looking at two OGs of this LinkedIn shit, especially for our community. Straight up and down. I'm calling it right now. We are two of them ones. And I wouldn't have been inspired had I not seen this queen right here, straight up and down. Because when I used to go on LinkedIn, there was nobody that looked like us, y'all. Nobody. And if it was like that fluffy shit. You know what I'm talking about, man. It was like the come join my webinar and all that self-serving shit. Like me, you, and a few others were the only people that were just saying what really happening in real life to ourselves and sharing our lives publicly, and built the personal brand thing before it became the asterisks and the quotes. So I want to say to you, before I even introduce you, sis, thank you for the risk that you've taken and who you've become in the process. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen your growth. I've seen your maturation process. I remember the early post. I remember, before we thought about books, before we was, you know what I'm saying? Before all of that, I remember the blue-haired unicorn out here killing shit. And so I could only imagine, I speak for myself, and I speak for so many people that was there when that shit happened, that you inspired us. So real shit. So I'm honored to have you here, sis. And we're going to have a great time. This is a celebration of you. But I thank you for all you've done for our community, all the sisters you fucking inspired and motivated, all the brothers like myself you inspired and motivated to let us be ourselves. You was wearing the blue hair. I was like, man, you ain't going to like my hat? How they gonna like my hat and my hoodie? What? Sis got the blue hair doing her thing. And we're gonna stand out on the algorithm. And that's what we did, y'all. So with that being said, let me give it a proper introduction and let's hit it with the thing.
Let's start the show.
You muted yourself.
Oh no, that was terrible because I was going off. It automatically did that. But yo, appreciate the catch. But yo, for those first-time listeners, welcome to More Than the Title. We gave the monologue. This is where we keep it real. We go beyond job titles, beyond, just the fluffy titles and all that. I want to know the real people who shaping culture, business, and leadership. This queen today found a blue-haired unicorn, a leader in helping organizations rethink how culture, connection, and psychologically safety show up at work. She's known for having conversations many people avoid about mental health, vulnerability, trauma, and what it really means to be a human at work. I told y'all she was one of the first ones being her authentic self on LinkedIn. Grew her following to over 100,000, created an incredible community, and you've seen her work on outlets like the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, Business Insider, Yahoo, Rolling Stone. She's also recognized by LinkedIn as a top Black voice to follow and amplify. And the upcoming book, Let Them See You, Empower Change Through Authenticity, dives deep into how this authenticity can be a catalyst for real change. You've seen her on the shows. You've seen her in the publications. I hope she's going to be out there in Cannes with us because I got some plays for us, sis. I hope you're out there with us there. And she's on your favorite podcast for the third time. The guest has been here the most, tied with Lola Bakary. Let's introduce my sis, founder of Blue Hair Unicorn, Madison Butler, y'all. Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm just going on because I love you, sis. I can't speak highly enough about you. Like,
Did you see how many times my light just fell and hit me in the head?
I know, it bopped you twice. I tried to go through it. It messed up the monologue.
I don't normally do it from in here, but the time change has me all messed up, and my computer's not dead, so I take it from somewhere else. But I need to be somewhere with a charger. You know,
we figured it out. We figured life be lifing. I'm glad you just showed up.
Spontaneity.
Come on, let's do it, man. But sis, what's up, man? First of all, thank you for joining. It's always good to see you. You got the tan, you're glowing, you're looking good. So what's up, man? Tell us what's going on since we last spoke. Tell us what's been going on. How's life? And we'll go into the journey and all that.
What year was that? Was that last year?
It was last year. I feel like I speak to you twice a year.
So, I got laid off, so we did that. Which obviously I was the only Black woman in C-suite. That's what happens. We've seen, I mean, if we look at the data, right? Since 2025, over 400,000 Black women have been so courteously exited from corporate America. And so I am simply, unfortunately, a statistic. It is not shocking that when I was in a C-suite with all white men, that I was the one to go. Wow, big shock. Much shock. But I published a book. So I wish I could say I was sad. I'm not. I actually think in a lot of ways it was a gift. It taught me a lot about what I value and what I don't, and what it means to care so deeply about a company, and a constant reminder that you can care all you want, but if you died, they would replace you in 67 seconds.
Message. That's a fact. No. So tell us what's so you just said you've learned a lot. If it ain't a blessing, it's a lesson.
Yep.
It's the biggest lesson that you learned throughout that process. And how do we propel ourselves to be C-suite and corporate? Because sometimes that's the goal for a lot of sisters and brothers. You know what I mean? How do we get there and why?
So I think for me, like what I've spent the last year kind of unpacking with myself was like, I always thought that's what I wanted, right? Like I thought I wanted C-suite, I wanted titles, I wanted money. I still like money. But what I did learn is I got there and it burnt me out, right? Like I was like a shell of myself. And obviously you've known me throughout the years. I gained a ton of weight. I was still a baddie. But like since then I've lost almost 100 pounds. I have become a certified personal trainer. I have spent a lot of time just with myself. And I think what I learned was,
come on, you're 100 pounds. We ain't gonna just gloss through that shit. 100 is crazy. That's crazy.
All of the things that I thought I wanted, I now wonder, did I actually want them, or was I told that I was supposed to want them? Because if I really think about the things that I want, it's like passport stamps and to spend time with people who love me and lift heavy weights at the gym. I don't think I have a dream job. I think I just have a dream life.
Message.
And can you have that dream life if you are spending all of your time at work? No, you can't. Because
Absolutely.
For me, being in that role never allowed me to actually take time off, right? Like I would be off, but then I would still be on Slack. I would still be on my phone. It didn't allow me to be present. And it takes away from these experiences that you spend so much time trying to make this money so you can do these things, only to do those things and still be tied to your goddamn phone.
Right. First career. Real shit. We go to economic psychology. That's real. So, all right. So what do you define happiness as now? Looking back at that situation, what do we define happiness as now? Like you're just doing what I want, when I want, with who I want. But what are the sacrifices that come with creating that life?
Well, so for me, happiness is very much my mantra, which is skinny waist, fat ass. But besides that, for me, it is just being able to center myself and the people who love me. Because work does not love you. Capitalism does not love you. Capitalism will run you over every chance that you give it. And the more time you spend trying to please capitalism, the more it will take from you. It will take and take and take and take and take until you look like that version of SpongeBob where he has no water. And like, for me, I don't like that version of myself. That version of myself is stressed out. She's very nervous. She's panicky. She cries a lot. And the version of me that I like is the one that has like an ounce of serotonin, just like a blip. And I think, I spent so much time chasing all of these things that don't actually repay me outside of financially, when in actuality, I should have been chasing me. I should have been chasing the things that like bring me center, that ground me, that make me feel like my cup is full. But instead, what we do is we chase these things and we pour and we pour and we pour and we pour, only to find out that our cup is consistently empty. And you cannot pour back into yourself or into people that you love if you've given everything to work.
That's so real.
Message.
All right, so let's go back into the thought of saying like, all right, I got to get the C-suite. That's what's going to make me happy. You actually climbing that ladder, right? So let's talk about climbing that ladder and what it felt like when you actually got there.
I don't know.
What was that like, sis? Like, was it pre-LinkedIn, during LinkedIn? How'd you get the opportunity?
During, I don't necessarily, I think for me, like LinkedIn is a gift and a curse at the same time, right? Like,
absolutely.
I have to preface when I, even if I'm just consulting with you, I have to be like, hey, so I have an online brand and people on the internet are messy and they're weird and they have entirely too much entitlement. And at some point I'm going to say something fairly mild, but someone's going to think it's the end of the world and they're going to message you and they're going to tell you that they hate me and that you should hate me too. Do what you want with that information. So it definitely happened, obviously, while I was on LinkedIn. I've been posting on LinkedIn for the last, 12 years or something wild like that. But I think for me, what it felt like was it never felt like enough. And so something I think about this a lot.
Ooh.
So I think about this a lot, like specific, if I use Jeff Bezos as an example, right? Like, do I think Jeff Bezos was always a bad guy? Probably not, because at some point he was just a guy in his basement garage trying to sell books. Right. But every step you're like, okay, well, if I just make 100,000, I'll be happy. You get to 100,000 and you're like, I'll just make 125,000, I'll be happy. And that continues forever. And so do you think that stops when you hit $1 billion? Absolutely not. More money, more problems, but it's also more money, more greed, more money, less ability to like be grounded. And so the further I got in my career, I was never satisfied. And so the issue with never being satisfied is you never take the time to appreciate where you're at. You never take the time to be like, oh, I'm so proud of myself. Oh, I love this house I bought. Like I will say, even buying a house, before I was 30, I bought 2 houses. And every time I'd go on Instagram, I'd be like, damn, I wish I had a bigger house. Or I wish I had a nicer floor. Or like, oh, I love the way their house is set up. I wish I had a bajillion dollar house. Like, and I have a normal house. I have a normal house. You can see it behind me. It's blurred because I have 97,000 kitchen magnets. But you never take the time to, again, just be present in this moment of this thing that you've built. Like you're building this little slice of life for yourself. And then you never, ever step into it. You like circle around it. You Instagram the shit out of it. But like as a bystander.
Oh my God.
Message.
Somber one too, because it was like a screaming one and a somber one. So what's one thing, I'm curious, what's one thing that you accomplished that you felt like you was just a bystander for? What was one thing you was like, holy shit, I did something amazing and I can't even do it because I'm in this situation?
I mean, I think even so, like the easiest example for me is losing the weight, right? Because one of the things that I found in losing weight is no matter how much weight I lose, I'm never satisfied with how I look. Like
that makes, yeah.
I'm always like, I hate my body. And again, I practice this, like I'm very honest about like the journey, right? Like some days I feel like a baddie and other days I'm like, but it's like no matter how hard I work, I've never taken the time to be like, oh, I'm so proud of myself for doing that. It's always like, okay, well, how can I do a little bit more? How can I look a little better? How can I be a little bit stronger? Which is all valid, right? Because like the human journey should be evolutionary. Absolutely. But it doesn't mean you shouldn't take the time to be like, damn, that shit you did was super cool. Like that was super real. That was hard shit. And instead you're like, how do I make it harder? Do more hard things, girl. Right now. Do it right now.
I'm like, because we talk about, what's the odds of creating a monologue for that and not knowing that you're going to say that? It's the journey about I'm just saying it's who you are, who you show up as in the process, right? And that's why I said this shit, because so many dope things that we've done that I'm looking at. I'm sitting, I could be in the south of France looking at the Riviera, literally with a rosé in my hand, like this is life, a breeze, nice breeze on your face. Everything is good. And it's like, what the fuck are we going to do to top this?
Exactly. What's next?
What is next?
I'm always like, okay, how do I do better? How do I do more? How do I continue to stay relevant? And I think that's really hard, right? As a Black person, as a Black woman, as a Black corporate baddie, that is the thing you were always thinking of, because when you are Black in these spaces, you are constantly on a time clock up against the last best thing you did.
Absolutely. That's across the board for sure.
If not, they're thinking about the last worst thing you did. And that could be like a piddly thing, like you forgot to add a Zoom link to the invite. But it doesn't matter that you wrote a book or that you did all those cool things or you led that project or you brought in that revenue. They care that you forgot the Zoom link.
Message.
You constantly live this life of trying to up level yourself because it feels like you have to.
Yeah.
I don't want to anymore.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I felt the same way. That's why I left corporate too. I left corporate 3 years ago.
Right behind you. Right
3 years ago, but I'm going to keep it real. It was in the height of what we were doing. Ended up getting mad lit. I ended up putting up a post up. It got like 400,000 views. Says Google, LinkedIn, Amazon. Everybody hit me. I went to Hootsuite. Ended up getting lit. Sold more deals than anybody in there. And guess who got fired? It was us. It was us. Everybody. And I'm not saying that it was whatever, but that's just what it is, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Still fuck with Hootsuite. Had some great relationships there, but that's just what it is, right? And so you do all of these things. Like for me in corporate America, I did everything by the book. Even whatever you think the best by the book is, fellas, like especially for black men, like you try to, I'm saying the jokes. I'm going to lunch. I'm staying a little late. I'm taking a little drink. I might work on a Saturday if it's an important project. I'm doing this. You're doing all of these things thinking that they all accumulate, and it doesn't value in the same way as other people. And that's just what it is. And that mental stress alone is enough to be like, what the? Why am I here? What am I doing? What is the value? That's why it's more than a title. Because they'll never see that. They'll never see that. And they don't even know how to intertwine it and how to incorporate it. How can we make, damn, Madison is so dope. She's got the book. She's got this. She's got the following. They don't even know how to incorporate it to make it make sense.
No, and even at my last role, like, and again, like I don't have anything truly bad to say, at least not up until 2025.
No, we just keep it real.
If you pull the data on like employment, like engagement surveys, I am green across the board as a manager on every single category because I do this shit and I'm good at it. But that does not matter when you look like me or when you look like you. You are always going to be the scapegoat, and it is the easy one. It is the easy decision because you're aggressive. You are the person who is down to flip a table, stir some shit up. And I will be. I am always going to be the person in the room that says, this shit is fucked up. This shit is wrong. Table, flip table.
We have to, yeah. Because then if we don't, then we're just going to be somebody that's just in the room.
Yep. And it's not enough for me to be in the room. It is not enough for me to have a seat at the table if the table does not allow for everyone else to join. If I am not spending my time at that table trying to figure out how to incorporate other voices, other lenses, other lived experiences, then all I am doing is profiting from privilege.
Message.
I'm not choosing to use my privilege in a meaningful, monumental way, then guess what? I'm not very different than the people I'm sharing the table with.
That's a fact. But you want me to be honest with you? We're keeping it real, right? I'm surprised you were still in corporate, to be honest with you.
Everyone says that. Don't worry.
If we're going to have a real conversation, we're going to have a real conversation. I'm surprised you're still in corporate, right? With your following, with what you've done with your community. Why? Like, why? What made you say I want to do that? Like, you could have left 4 years ago and been good. Maybe. I don't know. But, like, you know what I'm saying? But with your following, with your know-how, and with your fucking social expertise, I don't know.
I think a little bit's fear. Like there's, and it's funny. You must have been in my brain because I recorded a TikTok earlier and I haven't posted it yet because I have to go like add captions. But on this day, 6 years ago, I got on stage for the first time for free in London. I flew out there and like right before I got on stage, I told my mom like I'm not going to do this, and she was like, "We flew all the way here. Get up."
Yo, get your ass up there.
But now it's been 6 years, right? And like I charge a minimum of 5 figures to get on a stage for 60 minutes. I have billed $18,000 for a 60-minute keynote.
Ooh, I gotta get you a bell. Economics, period 2. 5 figures, John.
But I think the corporate thing is very similar. It's like that moment before you get on stage. Like and even now, like knowing I'm doing it in 28 days or whatever it is, I'm terrified. This is the Virgo in me. I hate being bad at things. I hate failing. I hate feeling like I have not already perfected the game.
I felt that too.
Also, I'm so shadow banned on LinkedIn. It's disgusting. Per usual. Not new.
I don't think it. All right. For those who don't know, what is the shadow? Obviously, for creators like Madison and myself, right? We're our authentic selves, and at the end of the day, she's built a massive following. I've had a following, but at the end of the day, if something happens with the algorithms, then how do we connect with our community? How do we connect with our followers? And if you think something's not being happening behind the scenes to make sure certain messages aren't getting seen to who they need to be seen by, you're out of your effing mind. So, like, she has 8x my following on LinkedIn, and for her to be saying she's shadow banned, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you get around it? How do you still communicate with your community? What are we doing there?
You just keep going. I mean, so here's the thing, right? And this is not just the algorithm. It is also even the corporate climate. The corporate climate, the algorithm, the internet, the things that you receive in the media are heavily skewed by our political climate. That's why in 2020, it was like so dope to be a Black woman on the internet, right? Because suddenly the universe cared. Suddenly we were trending. And unfortunately, living in the world that you and I live in and the identities that we live in, we have to be trending. It's even like for me to get like real traction on TikTok, I have to be like leaning into the stereotypes that media has created about Black women. I have to be yelling. I have to be angry, which is just like not really my persona anyway. Like I'm pretty bubbly and chipper and and so the same is for LinkedIn. Like when you don't lean into the narrative that they want. So like right now, you need to be talking about AI. You need to be talking about return to work. You need to be talking about like why work and capitalism is the greatest thing ever. Or posting some shitty meme in order to get any traction. But if you're going to sit here and talk about real world things, about race, about war, about the things that are actually impacting our communities at the ground level, they don't want that to be seen because that's not what makes them money. The reason that all of us gained traction in 2020 is because we were making them money. Like, I don't know if you use Shield. There's a
Shield analytics. Hell yeah.
Shield will tell you like how much, you are worth per click. And like that's nauseating to see like how much money we all made LinkedIn to see nothing in return.
Facts. Oh my God.
The only platform you can't monetize. And I have some posts on there that have had millions and millions and millions of views. Had I been on TikTok with a couple of videos that hit millions and millions of views, I could have left corporate. What do you know? But I didn't.
Keeping it gangster.
And I mean, even so, like, okay, so even I'm a TikTok, or not anymore. I'm a LinkedIn instructor.
Okay.
LinkedIn, like even then, so I wore a shirt that was kind of like this. It was zipped a little. It was unzipped like this a little bit. So what do you see, like my 1 inch of cleavage? LinkedIn was like, you can't have that. And I was like, it is 90 degrees and I'm a woman with boobs. Like, be so.
They emailed you about that?
So I was like, be so real. And then they never let me teach a course again. And I was like, the whole reason you picked me is because of my brand. My whole brand is I'm going to show up as exactly the way I am today. I'm not going to put on a polo shirt and straighten my hair to make y'all super happy. That's never been me. That's never going to be me. Hard pass.
Shit. Hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I even.
Or like, I don't know if you remember, but 2022, they gave us all creator managers.
Yes.
That did nothing. But my creator manager dead ass told me that I would never get to be a LinkedIn top voice because I am too critical of the platform. And it's, for me, it's like the world. Like you should be critical of the world that you live in because you should be intent on making it better. I refuse to be complicit in my own dehumanization. And so when this platform gets it wrong, when the world gets it wrong, you're going to be damn sure that I say something about it.
So have you A/B tested it just so you can show it and document it?
Oh, for sure.
So you've done the button up like AI is fast and this is how you use it and and then have a message like within the message.
And or the other way I've A/B tested it too is I took a post from 2020 that did really well and I reposted it now, just to see how the algorithm played differently. It's completely different.
I think you with your creativity, I would love to see that. I'm pretty sure a lot of people would love to just play on the algorithm, play on the keywords. See what the hell happens, just so you can document and say, look, when I said this real shit, look at when I said this other shit. Yep. Look at the differences. Like literally, so you can have that proof, that A/B test. But you're absolutely, for those who don't know, so when you're on LinkedIn, you got a certain following. They know you as creators. So before the personal brand thing became a thing, LinkedIn didn't have really a presence, right? Like people like us made it a thing where you can go and be yourself authentically, talk about your expertise, and you actually level the playing field in corporate America. It was actually where people like me and Madison had 10x the following of a CEO of a major corporation, and their whole corporation is following us. Yep. And what we're saying is showing it to them. So that was providing opportunities to us that we wouldn't have been in, but it straight changed its head between AI, between how they changed the algorithm, what a personal brand is, people gaming the algorithm, doing pods and all that bullshit. Soon as you post something, you got 100 people like it. Now you're lit, you're getting opportunities, and it's all fluffy, and it diminished the brand of LinkedIn.
100%. I mean, I also just think, again, like, they used us for what they need to use us for, which at the time was moneymakers. That we made the platform cool because, again, everything is hinged on Blackness. All things that end up being cool started in most cases with someone of color, if not someone Black. And there are reasons that there were entire articles about this in New York Times and the rise of Black LinkedIn. But the rise of Black LinkedIn, the conclusion feels very similar to Black Twitter.
Black Twitter, yeah, for sure.
Like, I'm so sad about Black Twitter all the time because there is nothing out there that replicates it. Threads is cool and stuff. But there was just something about the community that you could build on Black Twitter that I don't think can be replicated.
I missed the wave. I wasn't on Twitter at all. Like, that's the one platform I never mess with. So when I am Black,
now you don't have to. It's just bad.
It's just
bad.
X. It's just X. So all right. So man. So like I felt you on the LinkedIn. So I just want them to get their shit together. LinkedIn, I appreciate it, and I appreciate how it's changed my life. I'm gonna keep it real with you. But what I don't appreciate is when you try to get me to the room and we've live streamed. We might be the only people that live stream from LinkedIn headquarters. I don't even know how we got approval for that shit. Like, I'm just keeping it real. We live stream from LinkedIn headquarters, was doing the same shit we're doing now, but they used to bring us into LinkedIn creator workshops. What do you think about this? What do you think about this? What about these topics? You get a couple of bagels, a couple of coffee, you get a picture next to the LinkedIn sign. Everybody's like this. You get 200 likes. You're out of here. And then afterwards, I don't hear from nobody. Don't hear from nothing. First of all, how the hell I couldn't even get a job at LinkedIn right now. For what the shit we've done. Like, I've tried. I ain't gonna fry. I put 4 applications in. I know people that I keep it real. Shit was getting real. I'm trying to get these sponsorship dollars. You know, the administration changed. Shit didn't change. I'm trying to get me a one.
I'm so dead.
And I went on there and niggas, they told me, nah. And I want people on the platform that don't even know your platform working for your shit. I got a creative manager that I got 10x more fucking anything to him. You're not even a creator. How are you talking to me and you're not a creator?
How many times a week do I get someone who reaches out to me about optimizing my LinkedIn profile? And I'm like, should we optimize yours, Miss 3,000 followers? Can I help you? How about that?
They hit you too? I thought it was just me. No. They hit you with 100? They got to optimize your shit?
It gives me a headache. But again, like LinkedIn loves our voice, our brand, and the publicity and volume that we bring to the platform. But they don't necessarily, I think, value us as human individuals, which I think that makes it hard. Have you ever reached out to corporate in LinkedIn? I'm curious. Because you're reaching like how you are. I can see you writing like a great email to corporate and being like, within getting a response. You never did that? No. Why not? I give them enough of my time for free. That too. And again, they already told me I'm too critical of the platform. So why would I continue to try and help them build something better instead of just going and building better myself? So then what does building better yourself look like? Like, what does that look like? Like, that's why I was confused too. Like, you still in corporate because like you have the systems and the infrastructure. Because I hate selling. The idea of selling icks me out. I don't like, I just want to do the stuff I'm good at and go home. I don't want to talk about money. I just want to see the check clear and like do the thing I'm good at. I don't want to like negotiate my prices and tell you I'm good at this thing. I don't want to do all that. I just want to come do the thing and be good at it. Because again, I'm good at it. I'm bad at that part. I'm bad at marketing. All of it. I'm bad at all of it. You're not. That's a perspective. You got 100,000 on LinkedIn. You shitting me? On accident. It's not like I came in with a strategy. I wasn't like, all right, today I'm going to become an influencer. Woo! And it's overnight. So all right. So no. What is the one thing you wish you would have done? I wish I would have gotten on TikTok and did dances in 2020 so I could have retired. I'm about to get or at least started creating content on TikTok earlier than I did. I wish I had leveraged other platforms that are monetizable before now. Because again, like I have 20,000 on TikTok. It's nothing like wild. But it's nothing compared to my LinkedIn following, right? And again, on TikTok, I literally have to fall into some level of stereotype to hit any like algorithm or post a picture of like me. And then it works. Because like, but isn't there a way to scrape your contacts on LinkedIn and be able to build your own community, your newsletter in school? Actually, I lied. I take all that back. I would have started my newsletter somewhere else because I have 47,000 subs on LinkedIn and no way to move them or monetize them to another newsletter platform. So 150, you got the light fed. I was about to fall too. I almost fell the fuck out too. So there's no way to scrape it. I've tried. I've looked it up. There's nothing. So you have to like individually ask people. Hey, I know you read. So what I've done is like, hey, you read my newsletter here. This is the shorter version. If you want to read the full thing with all of the like full bits and downloadable bits, subscribe to my real newsletter. But like, again, that's 5,000 subs compared to my 47,000 subs.
That's like, so a good analogy is like the Breakfast Club moving over to TikTok. I mean, moving over to Netflix.
Exactly.
That's what that is. For anybody listening, that's exactly. She's lit over here. This is what they're known her for. This is how they've consumed her content, how they've engaged with her. And now it's like, okay, cool. I'm shadow banned. I can maybe get to a third, a quarter of my actual following. And now I've got this newsletter, but then they're used to seeing me this way. And then you have to sit there and bet if they're going to try to find you in other places.
Yep.
And consume the content the same way they did consume it there.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't really, I mean, I feel like I have been really fluid in my identity on LinkedIn. Like I've talked about a lot of things over the years, but I think with other platforms, like you really have to have one niche and live in it. Yeah. And I think I should have picked a niche and lived in it on TikTok. I should have done TikTok dances in 2020 and retired.
Do you really think that you have to do that? Or you don't think that somebody like yourself is like ourselves that are multifaceted that can actually monetize this thing and actually grow? Because that's my thing too.
So I think it's a double-edged sword because we are multifaceted. The internet, however, is not made for nuance. People are bad at nuance. Like if they followed you for comedy, they're going to be mad when they hear you talk about real shit. If you content, they're mad that you're suddenly talking about politics. Like it is really hard to be multifaceted and multidimensional in a world that expects you to just be one kind of way. And I'm not saying don't be multiple kinds of ways because that's the beauty in being a human. But I just know that the internet wants to see the version of you that makes them the most comfortable.
So, but that's my fight with it. And I'm pretty sure it's your fight too. I refuse not to be myself.
Oh, yeah.
If I want to do a podcast at 6:30 to 8:30 with Madison, and if I get off this motherfucker and I want to write a 16-bar rap and fucking rap on Instagram, I want to do that. Why can't I do that? And why can't we fucking be the same?
You should. Like, so if you look at my TikTok, my bio literally just says yapping about whatever so that people have like an idea of like, there's no true theme here, right? Like, yeah. We could talk about lots of things. We could talk about growing your glutes or we could talk about ice. Buckle up. But I just, I think for me, the other thing that like LinkedIn has really gone back into the like, why aren't you doing this on Facebook trope? Like I get that so often now that like I posted recently about one of the things that I've kind of seen like overtaking the timeline again is just like this idea that we should be overworking ourselves, working 70 hours, working 80 hours a week, which like absolutely fucking not. And I posted about it and someone was like, well, LinkedIn is for work. Like, why wouldn't you post this on Facebook? And I was like, well, because organizations deserve to know what they do to people when they require that kind of workload, when they require that kind of output, what it does to the human mind and to the body.
Facts.
It doesn't benefit me to put it on Facebook. The people who are living it already know. They're already traumatized. They're already burnt out. The people who need to know are the people who are reading my LinkedIn. The CEOs, the founders, the VCs.
Message.
That's real. But that's a lot too mentally. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you're dealing. All right. Let's kind of put it in a bubble, right? Like, first of all, you're battling yourself. Is the battle with you versus you. Should I do this? Should I do this? My body's good. My body's not good. I'm a baddie some days. I'm not a baddie some days. I feel like this. Then I've got people telling me not to do this. I got people telling me to do that. I got people over here saying they love me. How the fuck do you manage all that? Like, it's a lot.
I go to the gym.
No. We're going to
silly mental health walk.
It's even hard to get to the gym. How the fuck you get to the gym? It's hard to get in there walking that motherfucker sometimes.
Yeah, that for me is like a non-negotiable. The thing that I look forward to the most in my day, like today, so you and I live in the same general part of the country. Today was so nice out. Being able to drive to the gym in just a sports bra with my window kind of down, I was like, oh, I'm back. Like we're so back. Like for me, like the gym is my place. Like I am. Even if it's a bad workout, I'm like so happy to be there.
Got you.
Like I don't know. Like for me, I've had to really change how I think about movement. And so in my personal training, like that's how I think about it. It's like thinking about movement as a reprieve and a gift rather than as another thing on my to-do list. Like how do I actually use this to force myself to be present? Because I can't not be present if I'm thinking about not dying under some weight, right? Like I have to be here. I have to be in this moment. I can't be thinking about my emails. I can't be thinking about my Slacks. I can be thinking about like, am I going to change the song and don't die under the weight? And so for me, it's actually the best practice in being present.
Message.
I've never heard it broken down that way. And I felt that. like having to be present. Like I can feel that. But that's still a lot, though. But even when you get the release, you come back, you put on LinkedIn, and it's still the same shit there. So you're out of the gym. You still got to deal with it, though.
I turn my notifications off. It's a gift.
I feel you. It's just a lot. Like you deal with a lot. So I don't know. You clap back like Wendy. So I'm not gonna sit there and say like you ain't got it under control. But like you clap back.
Best compliment anyone has ever given me.
Yeah, you clap. I used to see them shits back in the day too. Used to be boo. I'm like, God damn. Use the first one. So I don't know, for those who listen, if you wasn't know, like, so if somebody says something crazy, she would put a VP, like, yo, this is the person that said this crazy shit.
Mm-hmm. I got time for that.
This is the person that you got flags for that.
I got time for that.
What the fuck is timed?
Time? I got time. I got time to make sure your VP knows you're like for me. I got time to make sure your VP knows you're a shitty person. Because here's the thing.
You fucked me up for
if you are a shitty, homophobic, racist asshole on the internet, guess what? You're a racist, shitty, asshole, homophobic person at work, at the grocery store, wherever you go. You don't turn that off from 8 to 5, and your company deserves to know the kind of person they employ because, quite frankly, you're a legal risk.
Message.
Was putting them on the spot. I used to see that shit. I'd be like, yo, you were like 50 Cent on LinkedIn.
Another great compliment.
On LinkedIn. I used to sit there like, who's she gonna go? VP of who? I used to love that shit. But then once again, it's a cost to come with it. The cost to come with it, right? Like the fucking shadow, all that other shit. Like, so first of all, for people who are trying to build their community, right? Like, so even if you have 46,000 on LinkedIn, right? Like, so there's gotta be a way. First of all, what product are you selling? Because you can sell, why not sell it all? You can sell the glutes in the gym. You can do this, you can do that. Why not sell it all?
Well, I do. So I have my coaching practice, which is called Crash Out with Me. And there are 4 modules. One is turning your crash out into a career pivot. The other one is turning your crash out into a movement strategy. And then the other ones are like combinations of the two. And then obviously I still do fractional work, right? Like if you're a company who actually wants to do this the right way, you can bring me in for 10 to 20 hours a week and we can work on the strategy to build foundationally into your business to make sure that people leave working here, because one day they will leave. That's just the world we live in. But they won't look back and be like, shit, they traumatized me. Shit, I'm in therapy for this for the next 10 years. Let people leave better than they came. And so that's what I really focus on from like an HR and employee wellness perspective, is how do you actually build that into your business rather than it being a nice to have when money is good. Because if you're going to treat people right, you can't only do it when you're in the green.
You're going to treat people right when you're in the green. Woo, that was a bar. And I got to know, and I'll tell you mine too. Let's share some stories and some more stories. Like, so out of this whole journey, right? Whether it's LinkedIn, TikTok, what is the craziest online experience that you've had? What's one of those that's a good one and a bad one? Let's go with the good one. Let's start with the good. Like, what's one journey that somebody maybe seen you on LinkedIn, saw a post, and somebody hit you and was like, I can't believe this person talked to me. They know me.
So there were 2, and neither of them were like, I don't know. I just don't have like the celebrity like.
You don't? I know you do. I'm not formal, but I know somebody had to hit you. Was like, holy shit.
Well, so I had 2 that I was like, holy shit, but then I was like, you're shitty white people. But Sheryl Sandberg emailed me personally once.
Sheryl Sandberg.
Yeah. And then I did a talk at Amazon, and I was sitting next to this guy, and he was like, oh my God, you're the Blueprint Unicorn. And I didn't know who he was, but he was the CFO of Amazon. I thought that was just like a cool moment because I didn't know who he was, but he knew who I was. I will say a cool thing for me was last year, my favorite poet, who's been my favorite poet since college, followed me back on Instagram. And I like that. And he's like another just really cool Black creative. And he's got like a bajillion followers. And so like, that was like a really cool moment for me. So I was like, oh my God, like,
But what about the Black people too? What Black executives have reached out to you?
So my favorite Black poet reached out.
Okay, Black poet. All right.
I can't name a Black executive that has reached out to me, to be completely honest.
Really? Mm-hmm. No Black executives have reached out to you and say, I'm proud of you.
No, but I get it. We're such a small percentage of.
They're not. We're actually bigger than you think. Pause.
No, but I'm saying like in the grand scheme of the percentage, we still sit under 5%.
No. That for sure. But
it's not that odd because it's not like I get that many messages to begin with. You know what I mean?
But that's why I'm surprised. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm surprised.
Listen, I think I think the thing is, like, I have a bajillion followers. I looked for a job for 18 months and couldn't find anything. I don't know. Shit's wild.
Message.
Damn. All right, so we're gonna change that.
Wait, let me tell you the worst thing. I didn't tell you my worst moment.
Let's go to worst thing, then we're gonna change that. Worst thing.
In 2021, someone showed up to my house because someone doxed me on the internet. They made a 45-minute YouTube video about me, which was very, honestly, I give them props because YouTube editing is a bitch. It's so hard and time consuming. And she made me look very pretty, but she doxed me because I've always stood on the grounds that, like, if you are racist, you can get fired for that. And you can, because it is a handbook violation in 99% of companies' handbooks under their harassment policy, because it legally protects them, and it legally protects them to fire you. And so she was very upset about this, as racists are, because I was messing with their livelihood and their ability to feed their other little racist children. And so she made an entire YouTube video about me, and someone showed up at my house. And when you own a house, your tax records are public information. Therefore, your address is also public information. And so this is a note that if you are going to become a creator, an influencer, whatever it is, and you're going to buy a house, buy it in a trust. There's my my tip for the day.
How do you deal with that? Motherfuckers putting docket. It is no protection on that. You go, like, they just come through, document it, put it online.
They told me to stop talking about being Black on the internet. Is what they said. They said, have you ever thought about not talking about that stuff? And I was like, I've actually never thought that. Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Stop being Black.
Never had that thought.
Y'all hear how she's talking. You hear what she's going through. First of all, as a Black woman in this industry, somebody who's inspiring and motivating people that look like her. And this is what she's being treated like. Like, that's just the real shit. So once again, are you going to choose? How are we going to choose to be him or her when we have to go through that to be him or her? Why would we want to fucking choose that? So that's what we're doing. That's what they're psychologically trying to break us down and say, you can reach the highest pinnacle of whatever it is. We couldn't control that. But even though we can't control that, this is what I can control. And I'm going to make your life a living hell, or I'm going to try to inconvenience you in any way I can. Mm-hmm. And that's what we got to deal with. And then when that happens, are you still willing to go forward?
Mm-hmm. And I just keep going because I have to.
Come on.
Message.
How it is to keep going after that shit. They don't.
Because I know you asked me if any Black execs have reached out, and, like, again, like, I just don't have the, like, ooh, you're, like, in a high position, you make a lot of money. Like, that doesn't do it for me. For me, I think the most meaningful messages I get are from people who do not feel like they have a voice and have said, you make me feel so seen in your content, and I cannot say the things that you can. Because, again, it goes back to, I have all of this privilege of having this platform. And so being able to use it to let other people feel seen through me, that to me is more meaningful than an exec saying I'm cool. I want people to feel seen and heard through my content, because not all of us can take the risks that I can. And so for me, if I can help one Black woman feel like she is not alone in this bullshit struggle and in this trauma that comes with working in corporate spaces, then I feel like I've done my job well.
Message.
I fully felt that. Like what you said was spot on. When you're right, you're right. But all I'm saying, just hear me out, sis. All I'm saying is there's a way we can do both. With who we are, first of all, who we both are. I'm like the Black executives, like we just had the CMO of Saucony on, former CEO of Saucony, and she just went through the same shit you just said. Her story was it was very similar to yours. It was no different. No difference. She's the president of Valley Bioscience now, doing her thing. And guess what? You know what? It sounds like corporate America just does it to you. It just does it to you. It does you to, but you keep climbing and ascending. I just want you to know those people. Because some of them are in the same boat, and the conversations and the impact that we can create if we know each other and simply have a conversation can change a lot more than us just complaining about it. Not saying that we're just complaining about it. We're actually doing it. But you know what I'm trying to say? We got to make impact. Even if it's like, fuck it.
But I think so much of that impact requires us to leave corporate America.
Absolutely.
Like, I am a really big believer that, like, we have to be our own customers. We have to be our own biggest fans. We have to create our own economies, because at the end of the day, corporate America, specifically with Black women, has shown us they do not want us back, because the people who are getting back in are not getting back in at the level that they left. They're being asked to take $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 pay cuts.
Absolutely.
They're being very clear and very loud about their intentionality here.
Yeah, but then what do you do on the flip end? Like, now they take 60%. Now you're married, you got 4 kids, your husband's doing this, he might be doing
4 kids.
I'm just saying, anybody, 3 kids, you got a family, whoever. I'm just saying an example. Now you went from making 150 to making 60.
Well, so this is again going to always
the game. Are you going to do that? Like, not everybody's privileged like us to make that risk and take it in their mind.
My biggest tip to anyone is create revenue streams for yourself. That the way I view work, corporate America, and my own business is I view corporate America as my fun money. I view my business as my bills. I need to make enough to pay my bills with my business, because if my job leaves, my life is still covered. Because they can leave you at any time, and they don't have to give you a severance. And if you live in any state that's not in New England or California, they're going to give you $12 for unemployment because everything is fucked. And it doesn't have to be becoming a creator or becoming a speaker, but thinking about different ways that you can create revenue. And it can be like little things like doing data annotation on the internet. The one thing I've learned is I actually don't think I care what I do anymore. I just want to make enough money to live my life. I don't care about the title. I don't care about the power or the importance or the rooms that I'm in. I just want to make enough money to like spend time with my partner, go cool places, eat cool things, not check my bank account when I put gas in my stupid car that takes premium. Like, that's it. And so the thing I can recommend the most is like, do not let corporate America be your fail safe, because it will fail you every time.
And
Message.
I felt that. And what I'm going to say is I want to know who the hell's in corporate America so we can also utilize all assets in our disposal. Yeah.
Get corporate America to pay you on the outside. Let them write you a check.
That's it. Or even just to have those relationships, just those relationships alone. Access is an asset. So what I say to you, sis, that's the reason why I asked that. Right? Like, the access is an asset. I'm sitting there talking to you, drinking a Dindu, cooling in my couch in the Bronx, and we've had how many people come in here, and it's the same conversation. Yep. We're all saying the same thing. So what I want to do is, on top of what you've said, my addendum is I want to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it. I want revenue coming in. I want to be sitting with my baby chilling. I want my sons playing whatever they want to do. I want them experiencing life and how they want to experience life and not be confined to a system. But I also want to be the connector. It should be no reason why you and I shouldn't be fucking... You know what I'm talking about. You mean you should be... Who do I know? Who do you know? Who do that is? We should be having these conversations frequently and often. What do you need help with?
You should be, but I think there's an issue here.
What's the issue?
And so I talk about this a lot with Black Speakers Collection specifically, right? Like, one of the reasons I created it was so that people started talking about money openly, because nobody knew what anyone was charging, because everyone was holding it to their chest. They were keeping
absolutely all creators do.
And I think if we take that to corporate, we are sold this idea that we should be the only. You are the only Black woman. And for a lot of us, that has been the case, right? Like, look around and it's just you. And so then internally you start to feel like every other Black woman is your competition. Every other Black person is your competition. We live in this crabs in a barrel mentality. Instead of sharing our knowledge, instead of sharing access, instead of opening doors, we keep them closed because we feel like that's our door to go through. And if we let someone else go through them, we're fucked.
Absolutely.
And so we have to be able to put, like, for me, I've always felt that like our actual power is in community, and the design around getting us to think that we are more strong or stronger as individuals is actually what the whole world wanted. Because I, as a single individual, cannot overturn a system, but a community certainly can.
That's it. So that's what I'm asking you, sis. So first of all, I don't know if you knew this. I actually created something similar to what you're saying on LinkedIn called United and Strong. It was us with a picture of a fucking crown. United and Strong.
Yeah, I think I follow the page.
You remember? So that was the idea of that. So what I'm saying is, I had Jabari Hearn on. He was actually like the CMO of AKQA, but he ran Will Smith's business during the fucking slap and the Oscars and all that. He said, but one thing, I'm bringing him up. He said something deep, and I posted it this morning. He was like, yo, at this point in my career, I could sit there and make myself 10% better, or I can make 10,000 more Jabaris. So all I'm saying is that there are Black executives out there that are looking for Madison, that may not even know you exist because of the shadow ban and all that. And let's just connect. I'm just keeping it real. And we need to fucking connect to figure out what this community looks like. Who's doing what? Who's about this shit? Who's really about making impact? How are we going to make systems? If you're in the place, in the brand, how do we make sure that us as entrepreneurs that are Black and content creators that actually move this shit can still be funded? We need to have the access. That's all I'm saying, sis. That's all I'm saying.
You know, I think it's wild. Like, again, I'm happy to be transparent, right? Like, I have all of this following, I have all of this network. I have told everyone possible that, like, hey, I'm looking for a job for the last 18 months. Zero. That's gotten me zero. Nowhere. Not an interview, not a thing,
I feel you on that.
Zero.
I'm with you.
And so I think, again, like, especially in this job market, everyone feels like they have to keep everything close to their chest because everything is a risk to your own livelihood. The thing I think that keeps me up at night, right, is like, how do we help 400,000 Black women who have lost their jobs? And not even myself, because again, I'm in a really privileged situation to live the life that I live. But how do we get them to make sure that they can still sustain their lives without being so reliant on corporate? How do we make it so that they each become their own customers and create a network of economy? Like you become your own economy. And if I could code and build something, I certainly would. But I sometimes get hit in the head by my light. Like technology is clearly not my strong suit. But it's something that like I think about all the time, like constantly.
Do that shit. I'm gonna challenge you. Let's do it.
Okay, well, you learn to code. You learn to code, and I'll direct you.
I'm a slight dev. We can figure it out. It's Perfect. AI and shit. We can figure some shit out.
And then you can sell it because I don't want to sell it.
I'll sell my ass off. I'll sell some
we can integrate it right into Black Speakers Collection. So if you look at my new website, I just relaunched a couple weeks ago. Now it incorporates Black creators, Black authors, Black businesses, and Black speakers. So we can totally integrate it into that. I just can't code. I'm full of ideas, but not technical.
All right. So, if I do an event and then we get a couple of I just want to do I'm going to do an event. I'm telling you, I don't know the date specifically yet. We're working on it. We're going to all that.
Are we doing in real life? Am I coming to New York?
In real life, you're coming. I'm saying real life. We're going to have 50 to 60 of whoever, anybody who's Black who is on the mission.
I'm on my way.
And I'm dead ass. Like we're going to have this conversation. And that's the whole point of this. For you being a guest, first of all, after every show, I say anybody I spoke to before and after you have access to, you've never called me and be like, yo, let's make something happen. Let's do it. If we don't become the change we want to be, like, it's not going to happen. So look, if you're not getting the visibility, I know some executives, you know some executives, let's put some shit together. Let's just have the conversation. It might be somebody in your Rolodex that could change my fucking life and vice versa. I promise you, all the Black women all I do is celebrate Black women on here. I'm telling you, that's all we do here. That's all we doing this month. Ain't no brothers coming, nobody coming this month. So with that being said, like how we do not have a community where we can communicate with each other. I don't give a fuck if it's a group checks. We need to be talking to each other. We have to. And if I don't do anything, that's my promise to you.
Okay, you have my number.
No, that's when you be in New York and don't holler at me.
24 hours. I can be in the city for 20. So like, wait, when John and I came to New York in October, we did like 3 things. We went to Gaia Nori and ate a lot of food. The next day we went to the museum, and then I went home.
No, you hit me. You hit me. You was like, I land. You like, you hit me. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I'm in the city. I'm busy, and you hit me. I'll give you the credit. But come on, we gotta let's figure something out.
Okay, technically, though, you could come to Providence. The train goes both ways.
I'm in Nordic Lodge every summer.
I've never been to Nordic Lodge in my life.
I told you, that's 30 minutes from. Ain't that 30 minutes from you?
Probably less. I've just never been. I can't eat $100 worth of steak or lobster.
See, Mika, this is what I'm talking about. See, my baby's right here. We just left there in July. We went twice this year. All it takes. So now I'm pulling your card. You're coming through.
Okay, so let's make a plan. Clearly, we're gonna start a thing.
We're gonna do something. We're gonna do something. Whatever it is, we're gonna do something with you. Just first, fuck the following, fuck all that. It's who you are as a person. Like I said, if I on my couch, the same couch in the Bronx, saw you and was like, holy shit, this is what you're growing. This is what I can be, and I'm gonna be authentic and da da da. But what I try to make people understand is that there's a cost that's associated with this authenticity.
Oh, 100%. Like I'm also in a ton of ways, like I'm a pariah on the internet. You know how many times I've been in the LinkedIn Lunatics Reddit thread? So many.
Lunatics Reddit thread. Am I in there?
So many times. So, like, in 2023, I got so many death threats that the FBI got involved.
What?
Yeah. Let's see what else.
You got so many death threats on Reddit that the FBI got involved.
No, those came directly to my email. So
they're like, hey, FBI, they're talking about you. We're going to watch it.
Well, so someone I know, like, I guess, like, gave them the tip because I wasn't going to call because I don't do cops. But then even then, they were like, can you pull the IP addresses for us? And I was like, isn't that your job, Mr. Policeman?
How you even know there was police at that point? They talking about pulling FBI got access all. Like, you already know what's
exactly. Up. But they again, it just still wasn't a priority for them.
Wasn't a priority.
And they were like, if someone comes after you, don't call us, call 911. And I was like, yeah, duh. Thank you, lady who sits at a desk. I appreciate that. Like there is a cost that comes with showing up fully. And that's, when I have these conversations about what truly authenticity is not the like warm, fluffy stuff. It's not the fact that I have blue hair or that I have tattoos. It is who I am as a person. It is the fact that I'm willing to talk about hard shit, because the hard shit is what makes me who I am. And that is for all of us. Authenticity is not Black History Month. It is not Pride Month. It is like the stuff that truly breaks you. It is the stuff that has you crying in the bathroom at work when we still had real offices. And that is the stuff that makes people uncomfortable. The human experience is so deeply messy, and the majority of us are not willing to look at any kind of mess. We want prepackaged, pretty with a bow, other humans. And most of us are not willing to look at the gross parts, the yucky parts, the shadow parts. And the minute you're willing to address those things, you become the aggressor. You become the person that's making the room uncomfortable. And that's me. I'm making the room uncomfortable. And you want to know what? I'm cool with it. Because the people who are for me, and I am for them in the same right. But so many of us want TikTok curated authenticity. We want beige and gray fridges, and everything is the exact same pastel tone. But that is just not the way the world works.
But your following and your message shows that it's getting through. Now, may you have been shadow banned. That yes, they can limit what gets shown, but you have 150,000 people who said, "I agree with your message." That is more than market research.
Like, I definitely have a couple people who follow me just to troll. Like, I have two mics that follow me. And neither of them say anything that is nice. Although I have one who sent me some very interesting emails about paying me to embarrass him. And I was like, I think that's a kink. You should spend more time on Google with that, not with me.
But that alone is first of all, even with that is value within itself. I just want you to change the perspective. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, you may be Breakfast Club right now trying to go to Netflix, right? Everything is changing. Content is transitioning, not just what it is, but you still have the content. You're still you. Fuck, you just told me about 2 mics, and I'm talking about 150,000 people who love your ass.
Well, that's just because they're there every day. There's a bunch, but those are the 2 that they show up. Bless them. They show up every day. I hope they have a group chat.
Like, yeah, I'm saying they not. So I'm just saying that the glass half full concept is like, yo, like you really have a lot going for yourself. You have more people cheering for you than booing for you. But it's hard because as we're performing, you only see that one boo. It's like the Apollo. You sitting there like you don't want to get booed off the stage. You see that motherfucker in the crowd, row 2C. He's booing you, but everybody else is cheering you. That's you. Everybody's cheering. I don't know if you're flexing on me or you're frozen. You flex? Are you flexing on me with the guns? You got the guns show. We're gonna wait for if she flexing on me. Her shit's is little. Yeah, I gotta get in the gym, son. I ain't gonna hold you. I gotta do a push up or 2. I'm still out here. Don't get it twisted. I'll fucking 900 your ass. You know what I'm saying? But yo, sis is the real. She gonna come back. We're gonna wait. First of all, this is such a real ass conversation. Real ass conversation. One of the realest. This is why I love having Madison on the show. That's why I love Madison coming through. Like I said, but she said a lot of things that were deep today. First of all, the battle within yourself of what you want to do, climbing the corporate ladder, doing all these things and sacrificing so much to end up really getting to the mountaintop. And it's like, y'all did all that for this? I did all that for this? It doesn't even feel right. I don't even have the say I thought I would have. I thought I'd have a little more leeway. I thought I'd be trusted. I thought it'd be this. And it's not that every company is like that. It's just where you are. And people like us, we have to go the long way, bro. We got to go through the bullshit. Some of us get it through, and some of us got to go through the bullshit. That's just the reality of it. But trust me, we all going through the bullshit. Trust and believe. We all feeling it. We're all playing the game. And what I want to see us do is just get to the point where, like Madison was said, where we don't have to play the game anymore. When we actually take control and ownership of what we do and the content we create, the community, what are we building, X, Y, Z, and that's what it's about. Like, that shit was deep. Sis, that shit was mad funny. He was flexing on me like this. Wow, I was like, you got the guns.
Yeah, I don't know. My Wi-Fi just went out. That was really weird. My Wi-Fi went out, and then there was a bunch of sirens. So I don't know if someone hit something. I don't know.
The man.
I was like, what
who it was? You know who it was. Get you in a flexing pose and freeze you out. Come on.
I didn't do biceps. I haven't done biceps in a month, so give me some slack.
I'm wearing a medium, but
I hate doing biceps. It's my least favorite muscle group for anyone who's interested. Also, I realized the light keeps hitting me because I don't know if you remember, I'm very short. And so my feet don't touch the ground in this chair. So I keep kicking the cord.
First, we never met in person, have we? We never met in person.
I thought we did when I was in New York once. Well, I'm only 5'2", so.
No, we've never met. You text me. You text me.
Are you connected to Zach Nunn at all? He runs Living Corporate.
You said who?
Zach Nunn. If not, you should totally meet him. You should have him on the pod. He's so great.
Let's do it. First of all, this is our shit. So if anybody you encounter and be like, yo, they want to come up and be like this, yo, come here.
He also has a very cool pod, but he and I met for the first time a couple years ago, even though we've been like online friends forever. And he's like 6'2", and I don't know why in my brain I thought he was 5'6", and I was shooketh that I looked like this tall next to him.
It'd be like that sometimes. And you gotta flow with it. But when you bounced off, I was saying basically like just kind of like unpacking everything that she says. It's like you're dealing with a lot. You're dealing with a lot. We're gonna change that shit. First of all, I want to tell you, if nobody tells you this, I'm proud of you. Oh. Fuck all the bullshit. Like, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of what you stood on. You stand on business. Do I agree with every message you put out? Maybe, maybe not. Like, but I'm gonna say I'm keeping it real. I'm getting some shit you put out. I'd be like, holy shit, she said it, and I love it. Some shit I'd be like, I'm with that. Like, this is real shit. You ain't gonna like everything I put out, but I love you as a person.
That's a lie. I put like everything you put out.
You don't like it. You make a fact check it. Baby, make a fact check it. For the last 30 days now.
I'm done. I'm so done.
Last 30 days now. There's 3 posts and a text. That's valid. I love it. I'm valid. That's valid. First, all right. And so what is the mount like? Real talk. I know that mountaintop is obviously us building our community, going direct to consumer, not have to fucking deal with corporate infrastructure or have anybody tell us what it is. But like, what, like, even more than when you achieve that, what's to stop it from not feeling like when you achieve corporate? I'm trying to ask it the right way. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, how do we know that's what?
No. How you don't end up in the same mindset. I think for me, it is really just reminding myself that like this all ends, right? Like at some point this is over. And no one ends life being like, I wish I spent more time sending emails or making money or sending Slacks, and really focusing on my time on the things that I wish I would have spent more time on in that future version. And so for me, that's what actual success looks like, is spending time with the people who love me and spending time with myself. Like, you are your longest home. This is the longest owned piece of real estate you got. So take care of it emotionally, physically. Take yourself places, take yourself on dates, romanticize the fuck out of your life, because this is it. Like, this is all you got, and you have to be your best friend. And for me, like, that is my biggest focus in moving out of corporate, is being intentionally present in this slice of life that I've created for myself. And so that means not letting myself get to that point where I'm always just like more, unless it's more me, more travel, more of my friends, more of my life, not more time with executives or more time in Slack and email or more time on my phone. Like, yeet my phone into the ocean at some point. Like, that's for me. Success is when I can get off the fucking internet. If I can log off LinkedIn forever, consider that I've made it. I've made it.
I love it. Yeah, I got a couple hundos.
Like, that's when I know. But for me, I think that really is what it is. Like, I want to be present with myself in whatever version of me that I am. I think that's the other thing, right? Is like, life, again, is evolutionary. And so being able to also look at past versions of yourself and be like, I've grown so much, but I do not feel shame or anger towards that version of me anymore. I'm going to release that. And I'm going to bring that person in, that version of me, for a hug. I'm going to bring them in for acceptance, because they were doing what they could at the time with the tools they had in their toolbox. I think a lot of us hold resentment for the past versions of ourselves because we've learned so much in that time. I look back now and I'm like, it's questionable. Like, I delete, when I look at my memories on Facebook, I am a avid deleter, because what the hell was that? But
I love it.
But like, for me, I think that is really the gift I'm giving myself, is looking at all versions and being welcoming and loving to them. So that way, as I move forward and meet new versions of myself, I am always at one with myself instead of at war. It is really easy to be at war with yourself, with your brain, with your mind, with your body. And I haven't necessarily conquered the body part yet. But that's my focus. Not that I don't care about money. I like money. I drive a nice car. I like nice things. I like to travel in a way that does not allow me to not make money. but I just don't want it to be I don't want it to run my life anymore.
Yeah. And talk about, so what made you want to write the book too? So I'm curious too. So we talking about the creators, we talking about the community. What made you want to write the book? Was it a way to go right to D2C? Was it what was the
so I think because I kept getting all this question. So like I'm not that old, right? Like I'm not quite a grandmother yet. But I kept getting the question from like older Black women about like, how did you find this out so early? Like, how did you figure out this sauce so early? And then I think about like, what if I had known all the things I know now at 19, at 16? How much trauma would I have saved myself if I had just shown up as myself instead of running from who I am, instead of running from my identity? Because again, like we all know the reason I blew up initially was because I went viral on the internet for dating a toxic, crazy, racist white guy. Which fun fact, if you ask TikTok, if you like accidentally type my name in TikTok AI, it's like, that's what it knows me for. And I'm like, all the cool shit I've done, like that's what TikTok pulls up. Awesome.
TikTok AI. Oh my God.
Yeah. I was like, oh, great. But you know, for me, the biggest lesson in that was I had run for so long from being Black that it was the only thing people noticed about me. It's like the thing I say now, I'm Black. I'm the first thing you know about me when I walk into a room is that I'm Black. All of the other stuff is you might figure out later, but like I am Black first in every room. There's no hiding that. And I ran from that for so long that it caught, again, like when you harbor self-hatred, you also think those things about your community. You think about those things about the people that you spend time with. And so how long does it take you to unpack all of the harmful shit that you've learned from the world around you? And how much better would I have been if I had learned to unpack that at 16 rather than 24?
Message. I'm Black, y'all, and I'm Black, y'all, and I'm blacker than Black.
The fuck? I'm Black, yo. Gotta give you a fist. So, but you know, we keeping it real. You also said it was a lot of ladies, Black queens, executives that was reaching out like, yo, how you didn't do this? They were elder. Why did it jade you in how you deal with your community, knowing that they didn't create an opportunity when you needed it?
Because so much of, I recognize now, like, I get it because that was me. You're trying to protect yourself and your livelihood. And like, there's a reason that we say code switching is a method of survival. Yeah. People are just trying to survive corporate America. I cannot fault them for not trying to lift me up when they're just trying to stay alive.
Message.
I don't have that level of resentment because I recognize how hard it is to be a Black woman in these spaces. And some people have had it way harder than me. I also recognize, like, not only do I have like the privilege of being like light-skinned, I also have not 4C hair. Like there are all of the things that I bring privilege into the room as a Black woman. Despite still being Black, there are women who have it harder than me because of how they show up. I recognize that. Like colorism is a real thing. I'm tan right now, but normally like up until like 2 weeks ago, I looked like a sick Victorian child because I hadn't seen the sun in 4 months. And we're all going through our own journey and it happens for everyone at different times. Like I think that has been the biggest lesson is like not taking offense to people who aren't there yet.
Message.
What I was getting to. That was one of some of the hardest things I could do. So I'm going to keep it all the way real with you. I'll tell you one story from mine, right? So, and I was just talking to my son about that. So my mentor was Solomon Choi. He was owner of 16 Handles, right? I met him on a cold call when I was like 20 years old. Called him. He was like, yo, I ain't going to buy from you, bro, but this is how I would buy from you. Gave me the game on a cold call, and I just kept his number, took it out of Salesforce, and anywhere I went, I'm keeping it real, and would call him any job I go to. Like, yo, I'm over here now. I'm a VP, bro. Yo, look, I took that shit you said to me, and I was over here now. Da da da. Long story short, he became my mentor. And one thing I had a resentment with, right, is I keep it all the way real. It was a social media company. I have a social media business. You know what I do on LinkedIn. You know what we do on LinkedIn. We do this, da da. They try to get that sauce. He went to a company outside of me to get LinkedIn sauce. And that's my family. Like our kids know each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? That shit crushed me. But we didn't really have the conversation, but he said something before then that really stuck to me. And as he passed away, I looked at him and was like, that's what it was. He said, bro, I can't rob you of the journey. So even if they're executives at a high level and stuff like that and could put you on, they can't rob you of the journey, right? Like, so for instance, like if you'd have gave me that same $20,000 or $30,000, you'd have helped build my business and da-da-da, it wouldn't have hit the same had I gone out and actually closed the deal on my own. Would I put in the same work? Would I've done the same thing? Would the deliverables been the same? We don't know. But he was like, I can't rob you of the process. And so when you say that everybody's journey is different and things like that, we can't be robbed of the process. You're going through your process. Your process is completely different from mine.
Mm-hmm.
There's similarities, but your shit is completely different from mine. I don't even get no hate. I told you this twice. I don't get no hate on LinkedIn. I be looking for it sometimes. I be like, nobody's like, hello. I hate on it.
But I will challenge that slightly.
Please talk to me. Let's have the dialogue. Please.
So something that I've also tried to unlearn is, I think, specifically when you're Black, you're sold the idea that making money has to be hard. It has to be grind, grit. You have to go out and get the deal and close the thing. It doesn't have to be like that. I think one of the things that I've had to unlearn is like making money has to suck and be hard and be the worst thing I do. And I want other Black people to unlearn that too. Like, money comes to you easily. Like, take it. It doesn't rob you of the journey or of the experience, because white men have the same thing. White men, nobody is telling them they're not robbing them of their journey. They're just closing deals with their friends. They're getting funding from their college roommate. They ended up being a VP because they roomed with that guy one time at Stanford, but they've only ever been backpacking before. They've never had a job. I want that for us too, because we do not live in a world built on merit. That's not the world that we live in. We live in a world built on access. And so the more often that we can provide access and capital to people in our community, the easier and faster we close the wealth gap.
You nailed it. And I'm glad you said that. I can't contest anything you said. What I will say is the merit and access, is that not what we're trying to build now?
Yes. However, for us, for sure. But we look around the world. We look around the room. How many unqualified people sit in seats simply because they knew someone? To play the game, you got to play the game.
I hate the game.
Because being smarter and working harder is not actually the equation. Because how many people who do I know that are smarter than me, work harder than me, and have been in the job market for 48 months? Like, it's unfortunately not the sauce, and I wish it was. Because imagine if I was like this smart, this cool, this funny, and a white guy, I'd have a Bentley, but I don't. In order...
Damn, you going crazy when you keeping it real, yo. I can't. What the hell?
In order for us to play this game, you have to take playing fair out of the room. The same favors they're doing their friends, we need to do ours. The same access they're giving that person they roomed with, we need to give access to. In order to compete, we have to step on the field with them.
Yeah. God damn. When you're right, you're right. I ain't gonna tell you nothing wrong, but it's why is it not like that? That's all I want for us. That's why I'm doing this. That is the goal. Yep. So people be like, they be like, oh, you're doing two episodes. I do 3 episodes a week. They be like, oh, why are you doing that? Is it monetizing as well? I'm like, yeah, it is off platform sometimes. They're like, but really, I would have been quit. I know you would have. That's why you're not fucking me, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm getting 2 to 3 opportunities per week to talk to some of the best, brightest Black minds in the fucking universe, and I don't have to pay for it.
Yeah, no, I have to pay for this.
No, I would. I ain't got it. You have to invoice somebody to invoice me.
Buy me some French fries.
No, you know I got you. Whatever.
Bagel. I love it.
You come to New York and you have fucking show up. I got you.
Wait, if you remember the name, I went to Queens maybe a year and a half ago, and I ate at a Korean bagel place that literally lives in my brain rent free.
Where is in Queens? Where in Queens? I don't know where in Queens.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna send it to you because I follow them on Facebook. They do egg cheese bulgogi bagels. Life changing. It's life changing.
I've never even heard of that type of bagel.
Exactly, it's life changing.
What are we talking about?
It's like a very inconspicuous name. It's like Bagel Time or something like that. Like, you would never guess that it was like a person of color owned it. It's just like a bagel place.
Just please. So all I ask is, that's what this is. So this is our platform. You've been on 3 times. I don't give a fuck what. You don't need an invite. You say I'm free on a whatever Tuesday. If I'm not free that Tuesday, we do the next, whatever it is. So this is your platform. This is why I'm so glad that your second episode on Women's History Month, because I want to fucking like really celebrate you. Like, seriously, like all jokes aside, I'm about to have the CMO of BET, a bunch of people on this shit. That it means something that you're on it. It means something, because when I was here, when nobody fucking saw, I saw you and you saw me. And that means something. That fucking means something. So now I'm shooting shots. Now I'm able to, no. Madison saw me. I could reach out to somebody with 100,000 followers. I could do this. They're gonna reach out. Like, we are a community. We do mean well. We do this and da da da. And so we have to keep that going regardless of what it is. And even if you're playing the game, it's okay for us to still have our own access and opportunities. Mm-hmm. We have to create that. So that's all I ask from you. Is that if you can help me build this shit. I just want to not build, like, we're doing it. The community.
Come on my live.
Like, for real, let's do it.
It's launching Friday. So you give me a date that works for you. It's called Crash Out with Me, obviously. And then let me know a topic that you'd like to crash out about.
I'll crash out now.
I want you crashing out. What do you mean?
Crash out for a living.
I am a corporate crash out, actually. Hence my newsletter, the corporate crash out.
We crash out because it's Tuesday. Sometimes you have to. No, but for real, like, yo, I'm proud of you. I said it enough. Please let the people know where they can get, where they can holler at you, where they can support you, where can they just follow you, join the newsletter. Where can they join the newsletter?
I don't know how to leave a comment anywhere, but I'm the corporate crash out on Beehive, also on LinkedIn, and on Instagram and the TikToks. I'm Madison Amelia B. Madison. That's my first name. Amelia Amelia B. And that's where you can find out, or you can just follow my other Instagram, which is Crash Out with Me, which feels easier to remember, but I don't have that many followers there. So maybe follow that one. I don't know.
We should have the TikTok. That's how.
On the clock app.
The TikTok. That's how my auntie said the same shit. You officially a corporate auntie.
Are you older than me?
I'm 38. Okay.
I'm younger than you.
I'm old school. I got grays.
I'm 34.
All right, well, shit. Well, I went to they can't see the grays. They light.
I have grays. I don't know because my hair is blue. Maybe.
See, there you go. You know what I'm saying? So first of all, we're gonna bond. We're gonna figure something. This ain't the last time you see me and Maddie. Mm-mm. First of all, make sure you cop our book. Let me see you.
Okay,
so anybody here. Let them see you. Let them see you, right? It's all about being your authentic self. It's all about the challenges we're talking about today. This was one of the realest episodes. You're not going to get it anywhere else. This is us just being real humans, being family, just talking about what we experience. So once again, thank you for everything you've endured. Thank you for what you've gone through. Because even though you went through that shit, there's going to be somebody who has it a much easier time following that path because you trailblazed that motherfucker. And I'm telling you that. As your friend.
And same to you.
Come on, you know how we do. So with that being said, you heard her journey, man. You heard her grind. You heard what she said she want to do, what she want to do, when she want to do, with who she love, man. We're not doing the corporate. We're going to take the risk. We're going to bet on ourselves in 2026 and beyond. No more of that. And we understand that not everybody can do that. Not everybody's willing to do that. But okay, let's make sure we support each other regardless of the decision. This queen is doing it. She's inspired me. She's inspired hundreds and thousands of creators just like me to go on LinkedIn and do what it do. You know what I'm saying? And they're shadow banning her. So we got to make sure we support people like her, right? Because at the end of the day, if she didn't show the fuck out, who else would have? You didn't. She did. You didn't. She did. That's the reality of it. So you've seen it. She's writing her book. She's coming up with a community. She's figuring out on the fly. And she's still doing this shit and making it look fly at the same time. What are we doing? This is what we're going to celebrate. Women that are doing that are putting on, showing people what it's like, the ups, the downs, the fucking failures, the lessons, the blessings, all that shit. She's went through it. And so I'm going to champion that shit every single day. And if she got anything she want to come on the show, this is her platform. She's been on 3 times out of 272. And we never met in person.
You have 272 episodes already?
272.
Oh my God, that's wild.
Upon every Tuesday and Thursday like clockwork. You can set your clock by it. I'll be back tomorrow and I'll be back Thursday. I'm doing 3 this month, 3 a week this month because there's too many women to celebrate.
I love it.
That's what we're doing. And that's what I'm sacrificing time for my kids, my ladies right next to me, my son. I'm about to check some homework. It just is.
Tell her I said hi. I always like her photos on Facebook.
That's another podcast. That's my Mickey. That's my baby.
Hey, Queen.
Hey.
Listen, this is stupid shit I love. This is stupid shit I love. I love stupid shit like this. This is what I do it for. I want to tell you, you know what it is. We love you. We rock with you. The community fuck with you. We love you, sis. Just keep grinding, man. Don't stop. The name of the game is stay in the game. Stay
All right.
in the game.
Make sure you text me so we can build some shit.
We building some shit now. You heard what it is. Episode 272 on a Tuesday. Tomorrow we got, oh shit, I don't even know the schedule. I can't want to fucking lie to y'all. I don't got it in front of me, but we got, yeah, we're gonna come back. Be back tomorrow, 6:30. Thursday, 6:30. Next Tuesday, 6:30. We doing this shit. The Tuesday, March 24th, More Than a Title birthday. Please pull up, sis. I need you.
Oh, yay!
4th year anniversary, March 24th. 2 Tuesdays from now.
I'll be there.
Even if you pull up for a second, just have a shot with me. I don't care.
Oh, yeah. I got you.
Please come get a shot
with water, but I'm in there. I'll have Diet Coke.
No. You've been working out all week. No.
Wait, I love a Diet Coke. I got a Diet Coke tattoo, actually.
Coke, holla at her. No. Coke, well, hold up. No.
We gotta pay some bills. We'll be right back.
Fuck no. Coke, holla at her. I know. I actually got some Coke people. We're going to talk off camera. I got some Coke people. I got you. I got some Coke people. I got some Coke people for you. With that being said,
you can't say you got some Coke people. I'm traumatized from my ex. Please.
No, that sounds crazy. That did
Diet
sound...
Coke people. We got
Coca-Cola people.
There we go. There we go. Please.
Coca-Cola people. I don't do that, my friend. I'm scared.
I'm in my healing era.
I'm scared, my friend. I don't even go to Colombia.
No, me either.
I don't do none of that, my friend. Oh no.
I lived a very.
You know.
I've lived a very boring, sheltered life. So.
I like one with you. I ain't doing that other shit. I like it.
Me?
I like one.
Although
I
got some gummies for the gym that are 128 milligrams of caffeine. So.
See, but I need a milk.
Oh,
Shoot me a milk can or some shit, please, because you over there fucking doing it. Shoot us a milk can. Shoot us a milk can. I'm trying to get my guns up. I'm trying to get my
do biceps more than I do biceps. That's for sure.
You already know. Holla at Maddie. You know we love her. Y'all love her. We out of here. 272. She coming back, man. Women's History Month. Who else, man? But us. More Than a Title. We out of here, y'all.
What you know about me? Seen it all, heard it all. Oh, what you know about me?